You are listening to Sophie Drew 2. When Is It Due, Sophie Drew, by Katey Lovell, narrated by Colleen Prendergast. For all the anxious overthinkers. December. Chapter 1. There it was, squirming on the screen. A grainy, grey-white jelly baby, an actual little person, nestling in my womb, tucked behind my already expanding stomach, and the 3 iced fingers I'd made Max pull over at Greg's to buy. Not for me, for the baby, obviously. My cheeks were damp, and I'd had no chance of stopping the tears escaping as Max squeezed my hand, reassurance and love being sent through the pulse of his palm against mine, and said, "That's our baby." Our baby. Our baby. No matter how many times I heard it, I still couldn't get my head around the fact that there was a miniature human being in my stomach who, if the on-screen antics were anything to go by, was going to be as uncoordinated as me. Our baby, nope, still not used to it, looked like I do on the rare occasion I make it to Zumba class, arms and legs flailing in every direction. "Is everything okay?" Max asked, and at first I thought he was talking to me because I was still crying. "Is it the right size?" I inhaled, the wait for the response feeling like forever. "I need to take some more measurements," the lady replied evenly, tapping away on her computer touchpad. "But from what I've seen, baby's looking around the right size for your dates." My shoulders quivered, relief escaping through the hot tears that were in full flow. It wasn't long since my sister-in-law, Chantelle, had had a stressful twin pregnancy, and although the sensible part of me knew I was doing all I could to be healthy, avoiding alcohol, eating a minimum of 5 pieces of fruit and veg a day, and not smoking, admittedly, that last one hadn't been difficult, as I hadn't smoked since school when my friend Tona's mum had caught the pair of us leaning out of Tona's bedroom window, taking turns to puff away on a shared silk cut. There had still been a dark cloud of dread hanging over me in the build-up to the milestone scan, especially as I'd not found out I was pregnant until well into the 2nd trimester. Not that the scan was a guarantee, of course, but seeing our unborn child wiggling around on the monitor reassured my overactive mind. The sonographer pressed the wand firmly along my pubic line, the clear, cold gel she'd smothered across me earlier, no match for her force. It was enough to make me regret at least 2 of the iced finger buns, and wish I'd not taken the instructions to drink a pint of water to heart. I was bursting for a wee, and what's more, it hurt. I tightened my grip on Max's hand, and he let out a high-pitched noise somewhere between a squeak and a yelp. Anyone would think it was his liquid-filled stomach being violently probed with a phallic instrument that could see inside his body. "Sorry if that's uncomfortable," the woman said, with not an ounce of apology evident in her jovial tone. "I'm trying to coax baby to move a bit to get these last few measurements." She pressed down harder still, and I breathed in sharply through my teeth as I shifted my focus to counting the square tiles that formed the room ceiling. "Sophie's a warrior," Max said, and I wished I felt as sure of that fact as he sounded. It was all I could do to A, remember how to breathe, and B, not wet myself, so I hardly felt like Princess Xena. "I'm not sure about that," I managed, my voice snake-like through my gritted teeth. "And we're done," she said with a smile, wiping her magic wand with a square of tissue. "Everything looks as it should at this stage, although the measurements suggest your dates are slightly out. Baby's measuring at 18 weeks. Oh, a week less than the midwife had thought, going on the date of my last period. "That gives you a due date of May 26th, the sonographer said.
He or she.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?